Hello darlings, how are you all doing? Welcome to Friday's video and welcome to a speed build. Apologies for this video being very late. It's probably going to be very late for you guys considering what time my videos usually come out, but I just got out the house today. I got out the house today and I still had to edit and finish off little bits on this house as well that I've been creating over the past couple of weeks really. It probably took me around about, I don't know, 8 hours to build this. But I've just been spacing it out over a few weeks. And here it is. It is finally here. Welcome to Whittington House. Whittington House is a kind of English country looking home with 4 bedrooms. Downstairs it's got a big conservatory dining room, a huge living room, a kitchen. It's got an office. It's also got a big kind of foyer. Was it foyer? Foyer? I don't know what it is, but it's got one. Fucking has, I tell you. It's got an outdoor pool. It's got a sunken garden. Yeah, and it's got 4 very substantial looking, or very substantial sized bedrooms. 2 of them kind of being one for a toddler, one for a child. Then I did one for a teen, and then I did a master bedroom as well. So, yes. Here it is. Hello, how are you all doing? The weekend is upon us, my loves, and we're all going to get absolutely sloshed, aren't we? Well, not all of us maybe, but me, definitely. Because it's the first time I'm going to be able to meet up with my friends and go to a garden party and just get absolutely wankered, my loves. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It feels like so long since I've been able to hang around with my friends and just have a little tipple or two, so I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. So I need to remind you at the beginning of the video, do not forget that there is not going to be any video coming this Monday for secret project things, but also because I will still be nursing a 2-day hangover on that day. Yes it is. Yes it is true. That is what I will be doing on that day. Did I say D? On that day. On that day, my loves. But yes, this house, I got inspiration from this house from an estate agent's in the UK. I love trawling through the estate agent. They've a good point for you guys as well. If you're looking for house like inspiration and designs, get on an estate agent's. Go and have a look at what houses are out there for sale. And I found this one house. It doesn't look massively similar to this one, but it kind of mirrors it quite nicely. So that's what I did. Bloody used it. Obviously using custom content today. Now, the house will be up on the gallery next week sometime, and I will make sure to list all of the custom content that I have used for this, but it's all the same custom content that I normally use. So thank you guys for, if you have been following my CC builds. You've probably got it all by now, loves, to be honest with you. I did use a few new things from Felix Anger's new, I can't remember what pack it was. I think it was the Italian inspired one, but I can't remember what it's called. But as I said, I will make sure to link that sometime next week. It's late. I'm doing this voiceover very late. So if I stumble over my words and whatnot, it's because I've just had a day. I've had a day. It's been a nice day. Went out for a walk with my best friend earlier and managed to get the first ever shower that's been, honestly, this is quite true. It hasn't rained like hardly at all where I live in the UK for quite a while, and we managed to get stuck in it today. So me, Blue, the dog, my best friend and her dog Dave. Yep, her dog is called Dave. We got absolutely soaking, loves. Absolutely soaking, and I wasn't for it. Now, ignore the windows that I'm using on... Oh, no, I'm using them now. Look, I end up swapping the top windows out for Harry's brownstone windows, but just using a grey version of it. And I just think that they fit the house so well. And I was worried that they were going to look weird with the windows below them, but I actually really like them. It would have been nice if I could have like maybe put a line down in the windows and made them have that kind of sort of leading sort of detail that the bottom ones have got. But I didn't. And in the end, I just liked it how it looked. It looked a little bit different and I was very much for it. Obviously using the wallpaper from Felixander that you can get for free on the House of Harlech's website, but I also mixed it with Harry's brownstone wallpaper as well, and I just loved the way that they like intermingled. I really did. My favorite part of this house, probably the back garden area. I really like how I did the back garden area, and also maybe the living room. Yeah, probably the living room. The last house that I did, was it Havisham House? I can't remember what that was called. I need to go onto me bloody... I'm going to click onto me YouTubes. And see what that was. Was it called Ashfield? I've done so many builds, I just forget what I've built. Ashfield Estate. I really wanted to kind of mirror on that type of build again. But I really wanted the interiors to be a lot different. I wanted the interior to be... I'm really loving... like light interiors at the minute. Light timber interiors is my shit at the minute, loves. So that is what I did inside here. Lots of blonde woods, but little pops of colour here and there. Not downstairs hardly at all. It's very minimal, very light and bright. And I just enjoyed it that way. Look at those awful... Look at me trying to sort the banisters out here. I was like, yeah, nothing's working. Oh, that's nice. We'll do that. But upstairs in the bedrooms, I do end up doing quite a nice little pop of colour in each room. And it's very nice. So, back garden area. I wanted a sunken garden area. So, what I did was obviously go down with the basement tool down below. And then I lifted the platform up so it wasn't too deep down in the garden. I think the platforms are the best things outside. I like using them inside, but I just find they're a bit glitchy and they don't work sometimes. Love doing gardens with them, so I'm definitely going to be playing around a bit more with a platform tool and trying to make these nice little sunken garden areas, which is obviously what I'm doing now. Yes, I am. But yes, I wanted a little entrance over this side as well, so I ended up putting in a staircase and another little foundation area too, and that is where that foyer is, that I was questioning how I was saying it. That is where I end up doing it, over there, and it's just nice. And then this pool, I was worried that the pool wasn't going to go to the edge of this, but it did. So the pool kind of sort of cantilevers over the edge there, and I just think that looks very nice. And then this little bit here, I wanted quite a raised up platform area, and I put some nice sun lounges and some parasols and stuff on there. It's just all around. But you probably saw a little sneak peek of it in the mini little tour video I always do in the beginning of the videos, so you know what's coming, darlings. Yes, you do. But I don't know. I just had fun. I had fun mingling around with this house and changing it here and there and coming back to it a few days later and thinking, oh, I don't like that anymore. I'm going to change that. That's a nice thing. I always, when I was only doing speed builds, I used to do a build in kind of 2 days. I would just boosh it out and it would be done. Whereas now I'm kind of like scheduled to do let's builds and stuff that I'm kind of doing speed builds over a longer period. And then you find that you're coming back to it and being like, oh, I don't like what I did there anymore. So you end up changing it, and it's quite cool. I do like that. I do like how as I've always said throughout the years on YouTube, many years on YouTube, it's always good to come back to a build with fresh eyes, and you'll find that, oh, actually, I don't like what I did there, and you can change it up, and it just keeps things fresh, darlings. It really does. So obviously using the Hedge of Dreams, because, I mean, you have to. The Hedge of Dreams is from Get Together, if you're wondering where it was from, and it's from it's in live edit. So you need to either download a mod from Twisted Mexi called Better Build and Buy to find it, or use your live edit cheat, which you can find how to do that on the internet somewhere. So yes, the choice is yours, my loves. The choice is yours. What are you gorgeous buggers up to this weekend? Let me know down in the comments below. as this video will be rendering, I will be catching up on comments because I've been slacking. Don't worry, I've been reading every single one. But I need to go through and make sure that I reply to some of you guys and just make it known that I've read your comments because it's so important to me. You guys are important to me. But yeah, putting a bit more of these details in on the outside here. These little pillar things are from Felixander and I love them. I use them so much on stately homes and I just think they're lovely and they put detail onto it and they're not Sims 4 columns because, well, we know how they work rather badly. Whereas these are like a wall decoration and you can just put them straight onto the build and yeah, nothing like glitches out. It's nice and you don't have to kind of only put them in certain areas and stuff. You can put them wherever the hell you may wish. Yes, you can. And obviously getting some ivy in this build too. I was trying to put it on this side too and I was like, no, we'll put that there. Just swamp it on the corners here and there. And it looks nice. I just love the way that this build came out and I would happily live here. But if this house in the UK, I think you would probably be looking at in the millions for a house like this in the UK without a shadow of a doubt. Especially detached and in the countryside one. Yeah, you'd be out of the pocket for quite a few million, I would say. So that's never going to happen and I'm all right with that. I'm happy with what I got, darlings. Absolutely happy with what I've got. But yes, lots of landscaping this as well. I had real fun with the landscaping. Mainly with the little hedges that you'll see in a minute that I'd used to border everything. It just looked really cool. It looked really, really nice and I like how it came out. Now this little tiered bit up here, I really wanted to have like a little greenery moment going all the way around. So I used lots of manicured hedges and not a lot of I don't do any flowers really. I just wanted this to be a very green English country garden. And I don't know, I think I achieved it and I just like how it came out in the end. Really did. Changing up the foundations or the platforms for some wooden numbers as well, or wooden siding, just so yeah, they look like big planters and stuff then, and it just adds a bit of detail. Oh, lied, we do chuck a little cheeky bit of that flower in, so a little bit of lavender, but most of it is green. And yes, I love it, very love it. So it is quite a long speed build today actually. I think it's going to be just under 40 minutes, but you're in for the long runs, love. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. And I'll promise to get it up on the gallery with OCC linked, as I've said, sometime next week, my darlings. Sometime next week. Now, this bit here, I was like, I don't want to use that like manicured hedge all the way along. So I end up overlapping a few of these little bushy numbers, the base game ones. And I like how that looked. I thought it was nice. I think I mix it up a little bit as well. And I put some greenery underneath of it too, like I'm doing now. But I do that over by those like little manicured hedge bits as well. It just, I don't know, it stood out. Oh, I'm doing it now. I thought I did it off of camera, but I didn't. I think I'll go for a bit more of the greeny one. No, it wasn't allowing me to put it down there, so I just struggled and lifted it up with a 9 key. And yeah, not much difference, but it made me happy, you know. So I really wanted to have this like long, sort of like curvy looking planter area throughout the whole front of the build. So you'll see me using all of this terrain paint, but then I go and border it up with the smaller hedges. You'll see that in a minute. I actually size them down. I size down the hedges and kind of border it with it. And I've done that so many times before on lots of other builds. And I thought this build would have been the perfect one to do it on. So that is what we went and did, darlings. I can't remember if I keep this either. I definitely get rid of a lot of this border that I'm doing now. So don't pay attention to that. It just wasn't working for me. And I was not about it. Not about that life. Especially with the soft terrain paint and then this like harsh kind of tiled soil. I always think that looks a little bit weird. So yes, this is what I'm doing now. And it's those, I can't remember, I think they're base game hedges. They are base game hedges. And if you size them down, they make a really, really nice like soil border. So you can like just frame your little planter areas quite nicely. And I'm very much for it. Very much for that indeed. So there's me getting rid of some of that soil already. But I end up going through and getting rid of quite a lot more. Yes, I do. Really do. So next week on the channel, obviously, is going to be a little bit more of Let's Build the Worlds. It's going to be a little bit more of a Let's Build the Worlds week, really. But I'm definitely going to be doing a Design Me Devon next week as well. We haven't done a Design Me Devon in a couple of weeks. So we've got that coming too. And then obviously a Potter project part as well, which will be slipping up soon. And on the Tuesday on Twitch, I don't know if you guys would like to join me, but I am going to be playing It Takes Two. It's like a co-op adventure game with one of my darling friends, Leander. We're going to be playing that for the next few weeks on our Twitch channel, 7 p.m. GMT. Come and join us. It will be fun. But yes, look, this is the sunken garden. Did quite a bit of that already as I was blabbing on about something else there. But I kind of pre-planned what I was going to do down there anyway. And then at this point, I was like, do you know what? This would look good up here. Having some planters and then putting in some of those like the cypress trees, but sizing them down. And I just like it. Loved the vibe of that going all the way down the swimming pool as well. It looked very bougie. Very much for it. I was like, oh, I wanted to put some fences on those platforms, but I always forget that they disappear when I do that. So it wasn't working out. Now this is me going around trying to figure out what lighting I want here. And I end up just putting in some of the wall lights from Spa Day, but I also put in some kind of outdoor lights like into the planters, I think, as well. Just because the lighting, the wall lights don't stick to the platforms. That's always a bit, this is me trying to like make it work here. I was like, oh, they don't stick to the platforms. Never knew that. But that's annoying. Would like for the lighting to be able to stick to platforms. I end up using these base game ones and then they kind of like chuck light up on a wall and stuff. And I really like them. They always look good on houses or builds themselves when it's nighttime and it just floods a wall with light. And I'm for it. Really am. But yeah, loads of landscaping in this. I mean, what? We're like 15 minutes into it now. And all we've done is the back garden area. And, well, the build itself too. But I don't know. I think the exterior was my favourite part to do for this build. I just loved playing around with the garden areas. And I definitely want to do a few more of these like English country homes. I love doing these kind of builds. So be on the looks out because I'm sure there's going to be many more speed builds this year coming of this variety. Definitely. But yes, very nice. As I said as well, this is the little sun lounger area. I just put a few sun loungers up there with some plants. And I like it. I think it's a nice place to come and sit in the sun, have a little drink, and watch people in the pool or get in the pool yourself. The choice is yours. I am going to be blabbing a lot of shit in this speed build, as you could probably tell already. But as I said, it's probably going to be a big fail anyway, because it's late at night. Well, late-ish. Late to be doing a speed build voiceover after doing quite a bit today. So lots of derpiness incoming. But yes, very nice. Love this garden. I'm going to say it time and time again, but I do love it. Absolutely love it. Proud of it, actually. Always be proud of something that you've created, loves. It's very, very important. Don't feel like it's big-headed if you think, you know what? I'm fucking proud of that. You've just got to do it, loves. Now, this paneling here, I was like, oh, I'm going to put this all over the house. This paneling, love this paneling. It's from Peacemaker. I don't remember what pack it came with, but as I said, I will make sure to link it to you. I only end up doing it in the living room area. My thoughts were, oh, we're going to be putting this all over the house. It's going to be great. I end up not putting it all over the house. I just use it in the living room area instead. Main reasons being it's still just a little bit alpha looking to me, and it was just not sitting well with other things. It would have been better if I used like the white version or something, but I knew I really wanted to go for this really light wood color. And it was a little bit of a palaver to try and figure out what I was doing as well. I was like, oh damn, no, there's going to be a little gap there. That doesn't mind. And but it still looks nice, and it looks nice in this living room as well. Now the living room, as I said, very neutral tones down here. That flooring, by the way, is from the Country Kitchen pack. I'm not really a fan of most of the swatches, apart from this one here, and there's like a grey version as well. The rest of them, they're not for me. Yes, tiled all the way through this house. Ignore the paneling behind this fireplace as well. It looks awful. I was just like, no, that's not the vibe. Definitely not the vibe. So I get rid of that. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but it's just not the vibe. I get rid of it, and we end up doing just putting stone there. Stone on the wall, darling. And it looks nice. That fireplace is from Pierre Sim for his Oak House collection. One of the best CC collections I have ever seen. I know I've sung the praises for many months now, but it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Things to change in here as well. I really wanted to have like a soft pink vibe in here. But I end up changing the curtain color. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, those curtain colors are really nice in here. But I do end up changing them slightly. But you'll see that in the video tour anyway. But I wanted to kind of pull a bit of the pink tone that was actually in that flooring out into the kind of furnishing. So in this room, we do end up popping in a little bit of pink here and there. And I just think it looks nice. Now, my thoughts with this here was it's like a little unit area. Using the cupboards from... Oh, I don't know where those cupboards from. I can't think if they are Harry's. They must be. I don't know where they are from, but I will make sure to find it out and link it to you. My thoughts were just having like a just real minimal unit on this wall. Still wanted to hit a lot of classic, but with contemporary in here throughout the whole house. So I tried to mix up the feelings and the vibes throughout the whole thing. And I just think it looked absolutely gorgeous. And it came through. It really came through. I bet at least one person jumped at that out there, if you were still listening. And I hope you did. I hope I scared you. But yeah, as I said, this whole interior downstairs is very light and blonde. It's not going to be to everyone's tastes. And mine, I love it. I love the like real... Oh God, did you see the video jibbling around them? What was that about? No idea. But I like it. I really, really like this like very light kind of European vibe that I'm like playing around with a bit at the minute with my interiors. And I don't know. I think you could place this house anywhere, especially in the interior. It could be an English house. It could be a French. It could be Italian, Spanish. You could put them kind of in various places around in Europe. And that's what I'm just trying to pull across in this room and this build in general and in my tastes lately. But would I have this in real life? I wouldn't have tiled flooring, I don't think, or flagstone. Oh, I don't know. I like flagstone, but I'm a wood kind of boy. I like wood. And yes, I do want that to sound as filthy as what it does. But I don't know. What are your vibes? I know there's people out there that live in hotter climates, so they do have tiled flooring and stuff. But I don't know. I like a bare wood to me. A bare timber on the floor. I just think it looks nice. I do. But yeah, this living room is nice. It came out nice. I was pleased with it in the end. And I'm glad I didn't do the paneling all the way through the house, but I think it does work in the living room area. But I'm glad that I didn't kind of portray that throughout the whole of the house, because it allowed me to put in a few other colors here and there, like just with the fact that I used just white paneling. You'll see it. I'll point it out to you when we're in the kitchen. And it just allowed me to play around with everything else a little bit more, rather than sticking to this light timber wood that I really wanted to get across with this build. And I'm for it. Very much for it. Love that side unit. That is from Harry's Country collection. One of my favourites. Used it to death. Absolutely used it to death. And I'm just here for it. Really am. Oh, God. I'm so not used to talking for this long. For goodness sake. Not at this time at night. I'm usually mute by now. Dribbling into a book or something. I think after this, and after I've edited and uploaded and stuff, I'm going to get into a little bit more of The Last Kingdom, because I'm on series 2 now and I'm loving every minute. So this is the kitchen. That is that paneling that I was going on about. It's just so I really love that wallpaper. It's from Pierre Sim for his Oak House collection. It's lovely. And this kitchen is Harry's. It's her Country collection kitchen. So very long, quite oddly shaped kitchen. So it was a little bit difficult to think like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I was like, do you know what? It will give you enough room to put a really lovely big island in, because through the glass doors from Harry's brownstone collection, you can kind of see them off to the right there, the bifold ones. I ended up putting a dining room in the conservatory area, and the conservatory came out. I love the way that the conservatory looks. I'm quite excited about you guys seeing the conservatory, actually. I really wanted to kind of get in an Italian-ish kind of vibe in there. Italian-ish, I'm saying. I really wanted to try and play around with a bit of, I don't know, Italian vibe. and I think it worked, and I think it blended in with the kitchen well as well. So very much for it, very much for it. Love this kitchen, love the Harry's Country kitchen. It's so lovely. But again, I still wanted to hit it with a bit more of a contemporary vibe, so I used a bit more of a contemporary looking sink and appliances and stuff. I didn't want them to be too hidden, like using, so I wanted a proper oven and stuff, not one that's kind of built in. So yeah, I think sometimes it's all about balance. It's trying to balance what you're building, especially if you're trying to mix genres together. Can we say that? Yeah, genres, or I don't know. That's my thought on it anyway. I'm not an interior designer. I'm not an architect. I'm not a professional. This is just what I think. Do you know what? That looks lush. I'm doing it. And yeah, you just got to do that sometimes. I kept putting these blinds down and they kept disappearing. I don't know why. And then they were difficult trying to put them on the windows. So I was like, right, we're going to lift you up the 9 key. Yeah, it was just a little bit odd. Don't know what was going on there, to be honest with you. Do not know what was going on with the blinds. The windows have been really glitchy for me. Not just like CC windows or the Sims windows for quite a while. And blinds have not been like sitting on them properly. Still bothers me to this day why they think that they needed to have curtains with snap points. Oh, why couldn't they have just made them into a something without a footprint, if you know what I mean? So it could just, like a wall decoration that you could have just put up and you wouldn't have to fuss around with snap points. I really hope that they don't do that in The Sims 5. I really don't, because I'll be pissed off if they do. Yeah, no, I was just about to say I won't be pissed off, but I genuinely will be. I really will. Love these glass cabinets as well. Again, from Harry's Country collection. So I was like, do you know what? Maybe they put their best china in here with their like cocktail drinks and whatnot, cocktail glasses and things. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting him in that lovely counter and just chucking a few more little pieces around here and there. So it just brought it a bit to life. So into the conservatory dining area, using these sofas from Peacemaker. I can't remember what collection they were from, but again, when I link all the CC, I will let you know, my loves. So yeah, I was happy with how this room came out. Really, really happy. Using, cannot remember what table that collection was from Harry. I cannot remember at all what that table was from. I think it was it the Halcyon table or was it the Country collection? Cannot remember, but I thought it looked smashing in here, so I put it in here. Had to change around the layout a little bit here and there, but I just loved the way that this room looked. And I ended up using this mosaic from Felix's, I can't remember what pack it was from, but I'm going to link it to you down below. I think it was definitely the Italian one. And don't worry, I do central it. I can see that my table's not center on the mosaic at the minute. I do sort that out, my loves, don't you worry. But I just thought it fit with this room really nicely, and I was very much for it. Look at this, look at that beautiful room. I'm for it. I would happily have this as a conservatory, I'll tell you that much. But still sticking with that same color palette as well. It's probably going to be, some people might like it, some people may not, you know. Opinions are like assholes, everybody's got one. But to me, I don't know, I just like this. I'd probably have to personally pop a bit of colour in here if it was mine. Maybe just a little bit of colour or a lot more greenery, that could work. But I still end up loving the way it looks, I do. So this is the office, this is the home office downstairs. Again, that same colour palette. Everyone's going to be like, oh god, beige on beige, but I don't know, I think it looks fresh and minimal and clean. I just love the vibe of it, and I think it suits. And I end up changing the wallpaper all the way around as well in the house. I forgot to even say that. I went for a white all the way as we were building this, but I end up using that greeny browny color above that white paneling there, and I end up using that in quite a lot of the downstairs. And I just thought it suited it. That bookcase, by the way, is from Felix's, I think it's from his Gothic collection. Which is quite an old pack, I think. I could be wrong. It could be from a newer one, but I can't remember. But again, I'm going to link it down below for you sometime next week, darlings. So, so yes. Oh God, I'm sat with my window. It's dark outside now and my blinds are open. Do you hate that? That's a fear of mine. Like a window where it's nighttime outside, you don't know who could be there. Well, they'd have to be up 2 stories to be able to look in that window, but it's still creepy. Do you know what I mean? Does anybody else get a bit scared about that kind of thing? Because I know I do, and I'm not for it. Imagine like someone looking in through the window now, like the man from Jeepers Creepers. Absolutely no tar, thank you. I'd be gone. Yes, I would. So, master bedroom. Not big bedrooms. I really wanted 4 bedrooms in this place. So, I did the substantial size, but they're not huge. And I quite like that. They're quite cozy, but they've still got enough room to move around and whatnot. So, this is the master suite. I only show you how I furnished the master bedroom and the toddler's bedroom, because I just thought the kids and the teens bedroom, they just kind of looked like each other. But I would show them off a little bit in the video tour at the end anyway. And yeah, I just like the vibe of how it all came out. Really did. So this is obviously the master bedroom. I really wanted a very lighter aesthetic with the flooring and stuff up here. So I used a white herringbone. And I wanted like a fresh, sagey green vibe with classic furniture in this room. And I like it. I like the vibe in this room. I would happily have this bedroom, without a doubt. It's got enough colour in here for me. And I like it. And I love the toddler's room as well. I think the toddler's bedroom is really cute too. And you'll see that in just a sec, because I end up furnishing it just after this one, darling. Love that rug from Pierre Sim from Oak House Collection. Stunning rug. Beautiful, beautiful. Especially in that swatch with the like orange kind of detailing on it. I just thought it popped against the green nicely. So, toddler's bedroom. Darker bluey green version of the paneling at the top. And we go for a bluey pinky vibe in here. Gender neutral, very important. And I just like the vibe of it. I just like the whole vibe of this place. I don't know. I just think it's gorgeous. Very nice room. Oh, we changed the pink. I thought we'd... Well, there we go. Well, it's gender neutral anyway. Anybody can like blue. Anybody can like blue, darlings. But yeah, I love the way that this room came out. Very cute. Ended up using a lot from Tiny Travelers. But also, Tiny Travelers is a pack from Felix and Harry. If you were unsure, it's a custom content toddler and children's pack. It's beautiful. It's stunning. Still one of the best executed CC packs I've ever seen. Especially that, like, I don't know what you would call that. You know, the little thing that I'm detailing now. What would you even call that? No idea. Tent. We're going to say tent. I love the details on that. I don't know how the hell they managed to make something like that with that much detailing with the creases and stuff look Max's match. It's just perfection. Absolutely perfection. Use like darker bluey green furniture in here as well, just to sort of pull a bit of that tone or darkness down from the top of this room onto the floor, because it was very light and bright on the floor. So I wanted to kind of smudge a bit more of that colour down here, darlings. And I think it worked. I think it really, really worked. And I was very happy with how it came out. And I'm finally able to use this little, well, not little, it's huge, but I did size it down. They can still use it. Dollhouse that is in the shape of a castle, which is from the same pack too. I just thought it really, really suited it in here. Very much did. Now we're coming up to the final room that I show you guys now. This is the bathroom. So I really wanted a very beautifully European, like Italian marble looking place. So I end up using those sinks, which are stunning, from the Oak House Collection. A lot of this is Oak House Collection in here, including the glass divider that I'm going to be using now. And the toilet is from Peacemaker. But as I said, I'm going to be linking it to you guys next week. I don't know what day next week, but it will definitely be next week at some point. Anyway, my darlings, I've rambled on for long enough now. You're going to go and watch a video tour. I will see you all again on Tuesday, my dears. Have the best weekends. I absolutely adore you all. Stay safe and goodbye.